Today, we're going to look at the moon, but not just as a satellite orbiting the Earth. We're going to see it through the ancient lens of Vedic astrology as a key to unlocking our own minds. We'll dive into how this incredible celestial body is seen as a profound influence on our consciousness, our emotions, really the very core of who we are. So this is the big question we're tackling today. From our modern perspective, the moon is a geological body, right? A big rock. But for thousands of years, Vedic seers saw something completely different. They saw it as this intimate, powerful influence on our inner world, a direct reflection of our consciousness. And this just beautifully illustrates that shift in perspective. You can feel it, right? This isn't a scientific description of an object. It's a hymn to a divine force. In the Vedic tradition, the moon, or Chandra, isn't an it. It's a deity, a consciousness that governs all the watery, emotional, and receptive parts of our nature. Okay, so to really grasp the moon's role, we first have to understand its relationship with the sun. In Vedic thought, they're not just two lights in the sky. Nope, they represent this primary duality that exists inside every single one of us, the great cosmic masculine and feminine forces. Now, what's really fascinating about this is just how clear the distinction is. The sun is the Atma, our eternal soul. It's the source of the light, our independent, unchanging self. The moon, on the other hand, is the Manas, the mind. And here's the key. It has no light of its own. It simply reflects the light of the soul. It represents our conditioned consciousness, our ever-changing emotions, the part of us that's receptive and moves like the tides it governs. So, this is a really crucial point. Understanding what manas actually means. It's not just mind in the way we might think of it, like our intellect. Manas is the sensory and emotional mind. It's the part of us that processes the world through feelings, the part that creates likes and dislikes, and forms all our immediate emotional reactions. It's basically the screen that our life experiences get projected onto. Okay, so if the moon is in charge of this sensory, emotional mind, what does that actually mean for us, personally? Well, in a Vedic horoscope, the condition of the moon becomes incredibly important. It's believed to determine the very quality of our consciousness and how we experience life day in and day out. A well-placed, harmonious moon in an astrological chart can mean a mind that's calm, receptive, and has a really healthy connection to feelings. But a stressed or afflicted moon, well, that can show up as the total opposite. Emotional turmoil, hypersensitivity, and just a general struggle to connect with your own feelings in a balanced way. It's the difference between a crystal clear reflection and a really disturbed, choppy one. And this brings us to another huge function of the moon, our connection to other people. The moon is what gives us empathy. It's our capacity to feel for and with others, and it drives our need for relationships and community. You could say it's the planet of our social and public life. So why does this matter? Well, because according to this system, the state of your moon is directly linked to your emotional well-being and how you fit into the world around you. It's even said to measure our popularity and our ability to connect with the public because it governs that one thing we all share, emotion. All right, now we're going to go a level deeper. The moon isn't just about our emotions in the here and now. It's actually seen as a bridge to our past, carrying the weight of our karmic history. This is such a profound distinction. While the sun represents the soul's pure intention for this lifetime, the moon represents the astral body. Think of the astral body as the subtle hard drive of our memories, impressions, and karmas from past lives that we carry with us. It's the sum total of all our past conditioning. And this just lays it out so perfectly, how the moon connects our entire journey. It carries the seeds of the past, right? And those seeds sprout into our present emotional patterns and personality. And by understanding those patterns, the moon shows the likely path our consciousness will take into the future. It's like a karmic roadmap. So let's bring all of these threads together. What does the moon ultimately reveal about you in the Vedic system? Let me tell you, it's so much more than just a passing mood. It plays 4 absolutely crucial roles. 1, it rules the mind, our entire field of perception. 2, it governs our emotions, which is the very foundation of our well-being. 3, it shapes our core personality, our ability to connect with others and to remember. And 4, it reflects our karma, acting as the memory bank of the soul. Ultimately, the big takeaway is this. In Vedic astrology, the moon is given a status equal to the ascendant, or your rising sign. Why? Because it's the very lens of our perception. How we feel, how we react, how we remember, and how we connect, it's all filtered through the state of our mind, our manas. The moon is that lens. So the next time you look up at the moon, maybe consider a different question. Instead of just seeing a rock in the sky, ask yourself, what is my inner moon reflecting right now? Is the water still or is it turbulent? Because in that reflection, that's where you'll find a deep, deep truth about your inner world.